Good evening, everyone, and welcome back for more Ace Attorney. If I sound a little quieter tonight, it's because I have a big, hot pink sticky note attached to my laptop that says, and I quote, "Hey stupid, keep the volume down, your wonderful wife is cooking, be considerate." Now, I will point out, I wrote this to myself. It's not my wife talking to me, it's me talking to me. But I need this reminder, because it does mean that my wife is in fact upstairs in the kitchen cooking, and the kitchen is like right above where my streaming room is, so if I get too loud, my wife will hear, and she will get very upset, just like that one time when she texted me, because I went off on a rant about 1 kilometer's Lost-His-Edgeworth. I need to think of a better place to put that, though, because it was covering up my counter, so I'm going to stick that in the top left corner instead of the top right corner. There we go. Okay, so when last we were here, we were still doing this stupid farewell my turnabout thing, and we just completed the investigation, the first part of investigation of prior to day 2 in court. So something, we found a hidden camera in that giant bear in the background. As a Chicagoan, I always knew the bears were going to cause trouble. It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? I wonder if Mr. Lost-His-Edgeworth has already found Mystic Mine. No, he probably hasn't. Like, unless I was correct and it just so happens that it's his house that Maya is in, which seems unlikely considering the fact that we saw de Killer in Scotchgard's house. I don't think Lost-His-Edgeworth has a clue where Mystic Maya is. Yeah, no, these things take time. I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Pearls. Professional idiots, mind you, but those are still professionals, technically. They'll find her, so don't you worry. And if we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay. You're right. ... Alright, examine, because I can probably re-examine everything. Even though we were literally just here and didn't go anywhere since the last, but let's see the bears. Wow, there are a lot of bears. Farm Clock ones, collector's editions, yes, I've heard this all before. Yes, even a few in the trash can. Uh-huh. And it's Mo showing up again, and I'm not doing that because that gets very loud and I don't want to bother my wife. Alright, the refrigerator. All sorts of things in this refrigerator, probably wine. Yeah, the white wine bottle and the red wine bottle are both empty. Too much of a hassle to throw. I don't understand why he doesn't throw them away. Also, tomatoes are technically a fruit. Okay. Again, we've seen all of this stuff before. I wonder... Okay, no. There isn't anything new about Big Bear over here, despite the fact that we just found the camera in its eyeball. And that's a little odd. And then Nick starts explaining what the watch is, and the briefcase with the calculator that we're never going to figure out why he's got. And is that it for this side? I think that's it for this side. Right, the slide button is the other way. Mr. Carita had dinner, yes. It's wine, as always. Nothing on the radio, nothing on the robot thing. The guitar case is probably going to be the same. Well, the same as literally the last part of investigation last time. Yes, strong enemies. Rivals are strong enemies. Award for most annoying video game NPC. A lot of people would agree with you, Snowy. A lot of people would agree with you. And quite frankly, so there's still a clip of this on this channel of my encounter with her. Plus, of course, the actual stream footage itself is up on my YouTube channel. But it is she is incredibly obnoxious in Breath of the Wild. Incredibly obnoxious. She is in Tears of the Kingdom. She does make a glorious return. She is not quite as obnoxious. I will say, like, it's fan lore. So I think there's a mod of Breath of the Wild where they actually turn her. I think her name is Magda or something. Yeah, Snowy. The trick is you're not actually supposed to attack the slimes. Alright, let's talk about the real killer. So, the real person who killed Mr. Tequila was that assassin, Mr. Shelly de Killer, right? Yes, and the card Ms. Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. If that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one who hired de Killer to begin with? Who is his client? You mean who asked for the murder? That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood. But whoever this client is, they're still not technically. It's like I said last time. There's the murder charge, which clearly Shelly de Killer is guilty of. But then there's conspiracy to commit murder as a completely separate crime. So, yeah, I know, ads are kind of annoying. Like I've said before, I think I've got them down about as far as I possibly can get, or at least as much as they tell me I have control. So I don't earn a ton of revenue, which I'm not here to earn revenue. A little extra is nice, but like I'm not actually here to make money. I'm here to entertain. But I get it. Like, they are annoying. Anyway, whoever this client is, they're still a killer. The assassin's client. Who could have hired the assassin? I think we know, and I'm pretty sure it's Scotchgard, but I don't care. Do you think it was Miss Andrews? I wonder. But if she was the client, why would she have removed the card from the scene? And why would she have gone out of her way to frame to frame Scotchgard? Snowy, getting back to your point about that, since it seems you have returned, the trick is you're not supposed to attack the slimes. Like, they pop up, and she's perfectly fine with them being in her flowers for some stupid reason. But if you dare attack the choo-choos that are, you know, literally sliming all over her flowers, she'll get mad at you. But yeah, no. So the other thing that I was saying is, I'm pretty sure some people have made a mod of Breath of the Wild where if you blow up the flowers enough, she becomes Flower Blight Ganon, which is really funny. Not that she actually is Flower Blight Ganon, but like that the fan community would have done something like that. Yes, why go through the effort to stab the nut? Yes, that is in fact the problem. But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then no, it can't be. I mean, I don't know how to mod Switch games either. I don't know how to mod any game. I'm just a doofus. Matt Scotchgard himself. It was in fact Scotchgard. If Mr. Scotchgard really did hire the assassin, then he is not innocent at all. Far from it, he would be... Well, he would be guilty of a crime. Again, we're getting down to splitting hairs, but he's technically not guilty of murder. He's guilty of conspiracy to commit murder. Like, he didn't actually pull the trigger, but it was on his orders and his dime that someone was killed. That's probably not untrue, Snowy. I was using a sword of some kind when I went through that. I'll tell you how I eventually got into that shrine. Because it's actually kind of funny. I climbed up the tree that's like right behind her, walked out as far as I could on a branch, and then paraglided over the flowers right to the shrine entrance. Because apparently I could do that. But it can't be Mr. Scotchgard, right? I mean, when we first talked with him... Mr. Scotchgard, I'd like to ask you one more question. Did you kill Mr. Juan Tequila? Dot. Alright, just so we're clear, dude. I didn't kill anyone, and that includes Juan Tequila, okay? Yeah, well, I can't navigate mazes so well, as evidenced by all of the mazes I've had to do in this game. I didn't see any Cyclops at that time. Actually, that reminds me. Did you remember something, Mr. Nick? Yeah, something Ms. Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting. Something interesting. So what is this interesting thing? Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, Pearls? Because you were pretending to be Mia Fey. One had bet everything on the Pajama Ninja this year. Yes, there is in fact a game going on, sort of. I'm only half paying attention to it, as I always do. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Uh-huh. Mr. Scotchgard's secret, which allegedly Andrews doesn't know, but I still don't know why the hell she would have cooperated with Juan Tequila if she didn't know what the secret is. Then again, nobody behaves logically in this universe, so I should stop thinking logically. What is this secret? I don't know yet. We're probably going to have to find out. But for now, let's think about it this way. Mr. Tequila was going to reveal this secret. That means Mr. Scotchgard had plenty of motive to have Mr. Tequila silenced. ... Which means we have to meet with Mr. Scotchgard. There's no way around it now. Well, that tells me where I have to go. Clearly into the hallway. No one thinks logically in the real world either. That's not true. Vulcans do. Wow, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, it's past 9 p.m. already. Yeah, we said that at the beginning of the previous scene, so I don't know why we're reiterating it, other than the fact that teeny tiny goblin should probably be in bed. But we still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. There's still the matter of this. We literally just had an entire discussion about this right before we left the room. Why do we need to reiterate this right now? I don't get it. And Miss Andrews' real intentions, 2 things I must know tonight. Vulcans aren't in the real world. You don't know that, Snowy. But aren't visiting hours over at the detention center? I'm sure we'll think of something, Pearls, don't you worry. Something about bribing security guards. I'm sure Phoenix has the money. Just gonna check everything else because I always do. This is all probably repeated text. Yes, Mr. Scotchguard. Nope. I meant to get the door, I got the other thing of flowers. I'm a doofus. Piece of paper that says Matt Scotchguard's room. The old lady told us about this. Can't go into that room tonight. Wonderful. Toilets! Yes, always with the toilets. Alright, and that should be everything in the hallway. You want dominoes. Why do you want dominoes? Is it because you want all of the dominoes to fall? Oh, God. Oldbag. Alright, I have to do a very subdued Oldbag this evening again, because I have to be quiet. So let's see. ... Hey, wait! They do some bloody good I hope their chicken wings aren't bloody, man. I hope their chicken wings aren't bloody. What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing good... is nothing that has anything to do with you is ever good. Like just now, I was handed this strange device for who knows what reason. Then I was told to use it to search the whole hotel. That's the bug sweeper, isn't it? The one Gumshoe made? So how did she get it? I had that, like, just mere moments ago. I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. But the request came from Lost-His-Edgeworth, so... Lost-His-Edgeworth? When did he take the bug sweeper from me? That son of a bitch. And he said... If you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer. So I'm going to feel free to direct all my anger towards you, you young snipper-wapper. Ugh, gee. Thanks a bundle, Lost-His-Edgeworth. What a pal you are. Alright, examine everything. Spicy blood sauce wing. That's just... I don't want to know... Look, none of it sounds very kosher, Snowy. None of it sounds very kosher at all. The chandelier... So all of this probably is repeated, unless Oldbag happens to have something to say about something, but... doesn't seem like she does for once in her life. Hey, Oldbag, why haven't you... Oh, you haven't cleaned up the food yet. Don't you touch it without permission, you young snipper-wapper! I brought a lunchbox today so I could pack it. Yeah, the food's been out for 2 days already. It's gonna kill you, Oldbag. When it's in your stomach, it's all the same. Wow, the digestive powers of an alien are wondrous. Or a little goblin, but sure. Wanting to deal with Mystic Maya again. Oh boy. Hey, my mind's like a steel trap, so I'm gonna hold you to that. I was not talking to you. God, I do love Oldbag. She's magnificent. Although, to be fair, she's never actually had a meal with Mystic Maya before. Alright, Oldbag. Are you actually gonna do something when I present you with stuff? No, it's really not kosher at all. Okay, yeah. So it's the same general presents thing, so I probably have to talk to her. Very well, Oldbag. Talk to me about the bug sweeper. This is absolutely top secret, so you had better keep it to yourselves. I heard they found a spy camera hidden in one of the prisons. Yeah, I did. Very interesting. I'm sure it was, you know, it was to catch poor Juan in the middle of his scandalous meeting. Scandalous? What's that? It means, well, you know, that gossip that's been going around about my dear Juan. Oh, you mean that thing about Ms. Andrews? I'm sure she must have had some reason for getting close to Mr. Tequila. I mean, keeping kosher can be hell in various parts of the U.S. also. There are not Jewish communities everywhere. In fact, there are Jewish communities in very, very, very few places. So that tends to be why observant Jews kind of all live in the same area, so that we can build a community, have kosher restaurants, kosher grocery stores, synagogues, and all that stuff. I'll let you in on another secret, youngin'. I know who planted that spy camera. It was that obnoxious, puffy-haired photographer girl. The nerve of some people. Spying on people by herself, as if I wouldn't want to see it for myself. Yeah, I knew that was going to be her complaint. Her complaint was that Lana was spying without showing her the footage. Spying on people by herself, as if I wouldn't want to see it for myself, too. Wow, the alien actually admitted her true intentions for a change. I don't know what you're thinking exactly, but I can bet it's nothing good. But I didn't say anything. It's all over your face, Phoenix. So, you want to know about Juan and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, they were something of a refreshing pair, those two. Oh? I tell you, Juan really welcomed that manager with open arms, I heard. That manager? Who are you talking about? You don't know? That manager woman Juan had. I think we knew this, that Celeste was... I'm pretty sure this was established fact. That Celeste Inpax had been Juan's manager, yes. It's a shame she killed herself, though. Oh, you're talking about Ms. Celeste Inpax, Ms. Andrews' mentor, right? Yes, that's the one, you stupid snipper-wapper. Keep up, would you? That Celeste girl. She was supposed to get married, you know. Married? You mean to Mr. Tequila? Really, you young kids today don't know nothing about nothing, do you? That girl Celeste killed herself 3 days after their marriage announcement. 3 days after their marriage announcement? What in the blue blazes? Okay. This is new information. Please, tell me more, Oldbag. As soon as I take a drink, mind you. Celeste's suicide. Why would Ms. Inpax want to kill herself? She was going to get married. Well, that's because she was thrown away, you see, by Juan. Oh ho? What? But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right? They held a grand announcement session, but 3 days later, one suddenly canceled their marriage. Is that true? It was in the weekly magazines. But why? Why did he do that? That was not in the magazines, unfortunately. I see. That night after Juan called off the wedding, that manager, Celeste, killed herself. And that probably explains why she killed herself. So that explains why Juan Tequila had motive to hide the suicide note. That doesn't explain what he had on Matt Scotchgard, though. How terrible. I wonder what happened between those two. Interesting. Well, thank you very much for the information, Oldbag. You have been truly helpful as always. I do not believe that there is anything else to examine or to present to you, so I shall carry on to the hotel lobby. On that night, there must have been at least a few hundred people here. I guess the police are done with their questioning and investigating. It looks like things here in the lobby have finally calmed down. Examine everything. This is new text, but I'm not going to voice it because, well, again, I'm trying to be quieter than usual today. Y'all can hopefully read. These cameras must belong to the press conference. Well, okay, I guess some of this text is new and some of this text is old. Yes, both heroes. This is definitely reused text from the last time we were here in part 1 of the investigation. And the chairs. That might be it, I believe. Yeah, I think that's it. So, let's move. I can go back to Scotchgard's living room. Looks like no one is around. What happened to the person with the stuffed teddy face? She must mean the dead man who kidnapped the little goblin. Shoo! Meow! Oh, there you are. I guess you're still awake, huh, Shoo? Meow! Come on, let's play! Lord of the Fries. Lord of the Fries, that probably is a pun that I'd come up with. I guess if it's an American restaurant, fries are what I think they are. And there's Hagrid's flying motorcycle. And more stuff. I probably didn't actually have to come here. But oh well. There's all the masks in the corner. Then there's this door with the pet door in it, with the shoe. So wait, if the door is locked tight, how come I keep getting in here? Like, how did I keep getting let in here? It's not like there's a butler there. Like, we specifically said that John Doe, quote-unquote John Doe, went to sleep, so I don't know how the hell I keep getting into Matt Scotchgard's living room, but sure. Well, strictly speaking, visiting hours are over. So let's go here. It feels sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, it does. I wonder if something happened. Hey, you're Mr. Scotchgard's lawyer, right? Yes, sir. You see, this was a good guess. I figured I'd have to come here. I mean, first of all, I couldn't go to the detention center even if I wanted to. But second of all, since visiting hours are over, I figured I'd have to ask for permission, special permission, to go see him. Ah, yes, sir. I think the menu does feel very American, including American names for food. Australian food on the... Well, you kind of have to if you're in Australia. Well, we finally found just the person we've been looking for. A real decisive witness. A decisive witness? You mean for the Scotchgard case? We're taking the witness's statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Lost-His-Edgeworth. What's Lost-His-Edgeworth up to now? Who is this witness? I think yous know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer. Mr. Nick? Between the kidnapper's demand and now this, I can't see any way to win here. Oh, yeah. Mr. Lost-His-Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. What now? Even though visiting now is long over at the detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permission, so there you go. Okay, well, that's that. What? I've already called them so that they know. Go on, go talk to your heart's content. Thank you very much. This is such good news, Mr. Nick. Go talk to your heart's content. Sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. Yes. But before we go anywhere, let's examine the detective. What's he up to now? That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. It seems as though my true face has been revealed. I was an elite businessman who made deals with the entire world. I was the young successor and CEO of a colossal corporate conglomeration. But my real self is that of a regular, everyday policeman. ... Stop doing image training and get yourself out there in the field. This guy's always on his computer doing image training because he's not good enough to act. How did he make detective if he wasn't good enough to actually be in the field? Detective's desks, yada yada yada. Blue Badger, probably same old, same old. This mascot here is the Blue Badger. I made him, you know. I'm finally gonna show him off to the chief of police. You're a little late on that, buddy. Damon Gant is long since dead. Every half an hour? That doesn't make sense. Wow, that's really something. You have no idea how much time and effort I invested in him to get this far. I mean, like I said, but you probably got cut off by the ads. You have to have some Australian food if you're going to be in Australia. But my hopes for this little guy go far beyond just this precinct. Yes, sirree. I'll get him deployed to every precinct in the nation. Just use watch. I wish you luck, sir. Alright, what are you glued to your computer doing now? Chief of Detectives, yes, we've been talking to him. Glued to his computer screen because little goblins keep doing that. They think it's a funny prank. What? The real killer in the Tequila Moida is an assassin? This must be someone's idea of a joke. I can't believe this garbage. Have a little more faith in your own subordinates. And of course, The Babes in Uniform catalog. Their calendar. Poster of a female police officer. Wait, no, that's the latest Babes in Uniform calendar. My bad. Alright, and with that important task done, it's time to get a move on to the detention center. I'm sure they must have transferred Ms. Andrews here by now. So that means that both Mr. Scotchguard and Ms. Andrews are in this detention center. Now then, whose story do I want to hear? Let's talk to Adrian Andrews. I don't want to talk to Scotchguard. Oh, it's you. I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour, but there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight. Me. I thought your client was Matt. I'm sure Ms. Andrews knows... Yeah, I'm sure she knows what the fuck this big secret is that Juan Tequila had. Otherwise, why the hell would she have cooperated with Juan Tequila? She can't be... Yeah, see? That's exactly what I'm saying. ... Examine the guard. Sleeping, standing up, nice, pretty long, he probably got tired. I hope he doesn't fall over. Good, good. This is my chance to ask all of the bad questions. Alright, let's not move. Let's talk about Scotchguard. I'd like to ask you about Matt Scotchguard, if you don't mind. Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean. Oh? You seem to bear a lot of resentment toward Mr. Scotchguard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival? ... That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing. Then tell me about Celeste Inpax. About Ms. Celeste Inpax. I had finally put her death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all come back. Not technically thanks to me, it was thanks to that jackass Lost-His-Edgeworth who broke the law and forced you into testifying against your will. So... that. And yes, Snowy, that tends to be how it works. The kosher Dunkin' Donuts, relatively close to where I am, has basically the same thing. Like a veggie sauce, a sausage, egg, and cheese becomes a veggie sausage, egg, and cheese. A sourdough with bacon and eggs becomes vegetarian bacon, like the fake bacon on a sourdough with eggs. So that is exactly how it works for like chain restaurants or things like that. I'm sorry. Technically it was Lost-His-Edgeworth's fault, but yes, I was shocked by her suicide. And it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get her suicide note back, and to burn it. You wanted to burn it? But why? I didn't want it spread. I didn't want it to spread like just another piece of gossip. But I never held any murderous intent toward Juan. I would never do something so stupid or so trivial. A suicide note, huh? I wonder what it said. So why frame Scotchguard? Why did you try to frame Mr. Scotchguard? That's simple, because he's the killer, that's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? Inform? Yes. Tamper with evidence? No. Tampering with evidence is why you are currently in the detention center. But there had to be another way. The police are... excellent at doing their job. Yes, excellent at doing their job. So they'd figure it out, right? Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death. Miss Andrews? Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason. So please, tell me why you did what you did. Revenge. Again, I hear it's a dish best served cold. Hello, Uzi. How are you? It's been a little while. Huh? Did you say something just now? Oh, no. The Cyclock, huh? Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my enemy. But I'm sure I just heard Ms. Andrews say... No. Revenge is any one of a number of dishes that that can be served cold. Revenge could be gazpacho soup. Have a happy holidays. It's been busy. I try to stream as often as I can. I've had a little difficulty keeping my usual schedule, either because of respiratory problems or business trips, or respiratory problems on business trips. But I'm always happy to be here. I'm soup. I mean, if you are what you eat, then yes, I eat a lot of chicken soup. Chicken soup is good for what ails you, and chicken soup is good for fixing problems with the throat. Okay. I don't think I'm going to get any more evidence than I currently have. I don't think I am, so how am I supposed to break that Cyclock? I have no idea. But alright, let's present her with... this one. It was near Juan's dead body. I noticed it when I went to fill the glass. And then when I realized that Juan was dead, I completely panicked. That's when I must have unconsciously picked this card up and put it into my pocket. Revenge might be sushi. As for why, I simply don't know. I see the hydrate, I see the stretch, I see the posture check. I will tell you that I did just hydrate because I had a somewhat massive coughing fit. Not too bad, don't worry about it. I can hydrate again because I probably should. Just, it feels like something's stuck in my throat tonight, and I don't like that. And stretch. Have I gotten to try Pokemon TCG Pocket? I could have if I wanted to. Stretch. Ow. 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 I have not wanted to, so I have not tried TCG Pocket at this time. I am still very much into Pokemon Sleep, and I am enjoying the holiday event that it's got going on this week. I'm going to use it to try to get a few Pokemon in Pokemon Sleep that I have not yet obtained. Because, you know, again, I would love to have a perfect Pokedex in that. But every time I'm getting close, they always add like 1 or 2 more new Pokemon. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Pokemon TCG really has never been my thing. Like, I collected the trading cards at the beginning, right, when it first started, and it was a phenomenon that was sweeping the nation in the late 90s. And I tried to make a couple of decks of my own. Again, there was a nice deck that I made that had the aces being the original holographic Charizard, and then the original holographic Gyarados. I called it Hot Water because I was a jackass even back then, but I never really did much of anything competitively. I haven't been into the whole card collecting scene in a long... Like, I already have a giant collection of Lego. I don't need to be collecting anything else. I mean, I know TCG Pocket, it would be a virtual collection, not a real collection, but still. What other evidence do I have? Attorney's badge. Trifling matters. So let's see. It appears to me that the rumor was started by Juan himself. Mr. Tequila, but I'm Matt's manager, remember? I think he wanted to embarrass Matt through his relationship with me. But didn't Mr. Tequila like you? There weren't any feelings of love between us. For me, it was about getting Celeste's suicide note. For him, it was about wounding Matt's pride. That's all it was. Ah, the wonderful world of Hollywood. That's... Poor Pearls is in shock. She sees just how cruel the world can really be. Teeny tiny goblin needs hugs. Lana's camera, so no. This one? No. The press conference note. I was the one who organized the whole press conference. Juan wanted to deal the most damage possible to Matt's career, and that's why he was killed. It's quite simply a story of cause and effect, yes. The guitar case. So there was a nickel samurai costume inside of this case, correct? Yes, there was. I even personally carried it there from the studio. I always thought it was such a childish thing to dress up and wear a costume like that, but I never thought that I would wind up using it myself that night. When I was pouring that glass of juice, I honestly had no idea that Juan was dead. I see. I really am a terrible woman, aren't I? One moment I'm thinking of looking after him, and the next I'm stabbing him in the chest with a knife. After he's already dead, mind you. About this photo. The person who stabbed the body and opened the guitar case was me. And that was so that you could get the Nickel Samurai's costume out so you could wear it. I thought I had executed that part quite well. But you showed me differently. You are a formidable lawyer, Mr. Wright. You know, there was only one thought running through my head at that time. With this, I can finally expose Matt's true nature to the world. She keeps talking about that, but I don't understand what she means. She's saying that, but not telling me what his true nature is. For me, I think I'd be happy to finally get that kind of thing off my chest. I don't care what the reason was. It's unforgivable that he hid Celeste's suicide note. But you don't have any proof that she left a suicide note behind, right? Celeste. She always believed there was a right way and a wrong way to do anything. She would have left a note. I wholly believe that. Stop it. I don't want to remember the hopelessness and despair I felt back then. Hurry up and put that away, Mr. Nick. Don't be such a meanie. I'm so sorry. And nothing about the autopsy report. The knife. Yep, same thing with the other one. Or same thing as with the button, I should say. Lotta's photo. Yep, same thing as the other two. Okay, that's interesting. And then I already asked her about the picture card, so let's go to profiles. She doesn't know Teeny Tiny Goblin, or Tiny Goblin. She knows Teeny Tiny Goblin. Don't you call Teeny Tiny Goblin a trifling matter. Now, she's probably going to have something to say about Franziska. No? But she struck a deal with Franziska. Okay, I have a question. Would you like to press charges against 1 kilometers Lost-His-Edgeworth for blackmailing you into giving up your constitutional rights? Ah, you hate that is not a trifling matter, but okay. That's Mr. Will Powers. He's an actor contracted with Global Studios. He's a very nice man, a man with a good heart. But that's all he is and will ever be. Irk, what a horrible thing to say. Society doesn't care about genuinely nice people, Mr. Wright. And lot of heart, nothing. Juan Tequila. He is a very prideful man, or rather was. He absolutely had to compete with Matt in everything, no matter what it was. He really was such an idiot. Ms. Andrews? Well, I guess maybe all stars are like that. Never giving any thought to other people's feelings. Alright, tell me about Scotchgard. ... Ms. Andrews. That things have come to this. I have nothing left to say about that man. Not one word. Oldbag. Oldbag is not trifling. Oldbag would smack you in the face if she heard you talking about her like that. But alright, about yourself? I hate talking about myself. It is a trifling matter, that's why. Uh-huh. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, get the feeling we've met before, you dumbass Phoenix. Celeste. Celeste was my mentor. She was a strong woman. She wouldn't kill herself over any old trifling matter. So, you have some ideas of why she killed herself? Yes, I suppose. Do you know Scotchgard's butler? You probably should. Because if you're his manager, you've been to his house and you would have met this guy before. Are you calling butlers trifling? Or is it that you've never met this guy before? Further evidence that he's not actually Scotchgard's butler. And is in fact a dead man. Alright, so I would have to present the Magatama if I want to go any further with that. So let's see what it is that I'm supposed to do here. Because I've got that Cyclops. I probably don't have what I need here. But let's see. Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Scotchgard for the murder? I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer. That's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Scotchgard. Ms. Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So, you were saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why. What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Ms. Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There is something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. Oh, good. A, I haven't recharged since court, and B, it's something or someone, so it's probably either the suicide report or it's Celeste impacts herself. I mean, they go out of their way to say someone. So I'm pretty sure it's Celeste. Eh? Celeste? There is only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge. And that is Ms. Inpax's... Okay, so probably the suicide report would have done the same thing, but still. That is Ms. Inpax's suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. ... On top of that, the one who hid her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt? Ah, I don't have any evidence of that. You're right, you haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. Scotchguard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Ms. Inpax and her suicide. I cannot. No. So I don't have that information yet. I see. Interesting. So that's all exactly as I was thinking. I might have to move back to the Wright & Co. law offices. He's out there with that camera asking all the electronics stores. Some salad for him for dinner. Mr. Nick? Yes? Where is the lettuce? ... I don't think I've ever bought lettuce before. ... Aw, I guess I have to give up on making a salad then. I guess the lack of lettuce is kind of a problem. Could be a fruit salad, but I don't think she likes fruit. But while we're here, we're going to investigate everything else. Just because I'm obsessive-compulsive, and I have to do that. Shows Shiny Bee using it as my mirror. And the books that mock Phoenix, and poor Pearls who can't even reach them. Or read them. But okay, I believe I have to move back to... Oh, I can actually talk to... Well, no, I can't. There's nothing else to talk to her about. So we're going to go back to the detention center, and we're going to talk to Scotchguard now. Which means prepare for a Scottish accent. Ah, dude, it's Mr. Wright. I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you. I hope so, too. Lost-His-Edgeworth just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that Juan Tequila was killed by an assassin and that the assassin's client is this man, Matt Scotchguard. Aye, what's wrong, Mr. Loyam, dude? Mr. Scotchguard. By the way, Uzi, if you're still here and you don't know why I'm calling this guy Matt Scotchguard instead of his in-game name, it's because nobody is allowed to have the initials ME, except for me. So this guy is Matt Scotchguard, that's why he has the Scottish accent, and that's why the victim doesn't use his name, his in-game name either. I call him Juan Tequila, so that I can refer to him and his brothers, 2 Tequila, 3 Tequila, and Floor. There is something I must know with 100% certainty. You seem kinda different, man. You're totally not like your usual lawyer dude self. Examine... Is he still fall... Oh. Hey, this still counts as being examined. Okay. Let's talk about your secret. About the press conference. Hey, you mean the one that where Juan was gonna dress up as the Nickel Samurai? Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Ms. Andrews. It looked like somehow Juan had his hands on a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. ... Could you please fill me in on what this secret is? Please. Oh good, more of these things. Holy fuckeroni. Well, so much for even being remotely close to cleaning up this goddamn mess. I knew this was coming. Mr. Nick, don't tell me. Absolutely, Cyclops. Hey, you said a secret, right? But I don't have any idea what it is. Do you, dude? Alright, tell me about Juan and Adrian, then. Did you know about Mr. Tequila and Mr. Andrews' relationship? Aye, well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. But I don't know any of the details, if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life. Ms. Andrews. She had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Tequila. Her mentor was Mr. Tequila's manager, and Ms. Andrews was going to get Ms. Celeste Impax's suicide note from him. Celeste? Does that jog any memories? ... I should call my manager, but I cannot do that now because she is in jail too. So dude, I suddenly just got totally hungry. You up for a pizza? My treat. ... Mr. Nick, what's a pizza? Is it a kind of pea, like green peas? Oh god, teeny tiny goblin hasn't ever had pizza. I feel bad for her. Let's go eat one later, okay? I got cut off by the pizza dude at the shop. That's too bad. I guess they don't deliver to prison. Well, how about we get our minds off these topics and talk about something else, okay? More Cyclops? Mr. Scotchguard. Are you connected to Ms. Impax's suicide in some way? What the hell am I supposed to talk to him about? Present the picture card? Kinda scared to show him this card. Hey, what's wrong, dude? Oh, so about this picture card. Have you ever seen this before? ... Question mark? Nope. Never saw it before in my life, dude. I don't think he's lying. Or is he? Then again, he looked like he gasped just now. Maybe I'm seeing things? What the heck's what's the matter with you, dude? That Adrian. I never thought she'd go this far to frame me for a crime. I mean, what does she have against me? Dude, I dunna get it. That's something I would like to know, too. Do you have any ideas at all? Even the slightest clue? What? Me? Don't be silly, Mr. Lawyer, dude. How am I supposed to know something like that? I'm guessing this is the same? Yes. Juan's autopsy report. Take a look at this. Rather be in bed. If I don't get my 12 hours of beauty sleep, my skin's gonna wrinkle up like a prune, dude. You know, he's right, Mr. Nick. Your skin's... My skin is definitely drying up a lot more than just here and there. I swear after this case is over, I'm going to get lots and lots of sleep. ... Mr. Scotchguard. Dude, I know I asked you to be my lawyer and all, But I don't think I have to tell you anything and everything. What do you mean by that? It just means I don't have to tell you anything and everything, dude. Mr. Nick, you can't. Huh? Ms. Andrews says she doesn't want anyone to know about that, remember? Aye, what's that, laddie? Oh, this? Nothing. It's nothing, really. This is probably the same as the picture and the knife. Uh-huh. The crime photo. He was a bit of a talentless hack when he was alive. But who knew he could play dead so well? Wouldn't you agree? Well, that's because he really is dead. And quite pitifully indeed, yes. Okay, wine glass. It's not important that I'd rather be in bed. Uh-huh. 12 hours of sleep, wrinkle up like a dried prune. His signature item was a guitar. Huh! I mean, dude, what kind of ninja carries a guitar? Pajama or otherwise? I'm not someone who would know. Dude, it's such a kid thing to do. I mean, just my opinion and all. Isn't your show a kid's show too? Probably nothing there. Yep. The article... It's not important. Yes, go to bed. It's not like he's very helpful. And I'm not going to present the Magatama because I don't think I've got sufficient... Well, where the hell am I supposed to get evidence? That's a very nice transceiver, dude. I'm kind of an expert in gadgetry things. Why does what he just said give me a sinking feeling? Question mark? That Juan, posing as someone else and trying to hold a press conference. And the person who set it all up was Adrian, wasn't it? That's what I heard. Arg, I cannot believe it. Why would she do such a thing, dude? That's kind of what I want to know. And my attorney's badge is going to be the same thing about 12 hours of sleep. So, and like I said, not presenting the Magatama, because I don't have whatever the hell it is that I need. So, profiles. Looks like a member of your fan club. Teeny tiny goblin, who's right here, and apparently you don't have a good sense of observation. Scruffy detective, member of your fan club. Prosecutor. Dude, this person looks like... No, she's the prosecutor. Well, okay, she didn't end up being the prosecutor, but still. This guy ended up being the prosecutor. Why does he look like a member of your fan club? You know he hates your guts. I've seen him somewhere before. Is he a member of my fan club? It's Mr. Powers. Isn't he supposed to be kind of like a mentor to you? Powers! Oh yeah, that Austin Powers. He's that guy who kills Fat Bastard. Well, technically he doesn't kill Fat Bastard, but sure. He's actually the guy on the kids' exercise program. I gave him an autograph just the other day. Doesn't see Mr. Powers as a mentor at all. Member of your fan club. Everyone's a member of your fan club. Except this guy. It's true we debuted at the same time. So that's why people were always comparing us. I totally didn't care what people were saying, because he was never even close, dude. I mean, I won every contest we ever had, hands down. Yourself. I'm such a handsome devil. Yeah. And I'm way good at sports. Karate, tennis, judo, football, American football, hockey, fencing. Dude, it's no wonder I'm so popular. Also good at sitting in a jail cell, Mr. Popular. Oldbag. No, she was a member of Juan's fan club, but sure. Adrian. I dunna get it. Why would she want to frame me? I mean, I've never done anything to her, dude. Mr. Scotchgard sounds pretty sincere, and he seems trustworthy. So I have to find out what Ms. Andrews' real intentions are. Tell me about Celeste? Don't. Mr. Scotchgard. Dude, I know I asked you to be... Okay, we're getting into this again. I know I asked you to be my lawyer and all, but I don't think I have to tell you anything and everything. What do you mean by that? It just means I do not have to tell you anything and everything, dude. Tell me about your butler. About this person. He is your butler, Mr. Doe, right? You met him at your mansion. Oh, aye. That's right. He's a pretty cool dude who can do lots of things. He takes real good care of me. So why did you send me to take care of Shu if you knew about this butler? I don't think this butler is actually your butler. But okay, I'm out of ideas, so you know what? Let's present the Magatama and figure out what I have to do to at least start down this whole fucking shit show. Christ almighty. Okay. Now, let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Mr. Tequila had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed? I told you before, dude. I dunna know. I dunna know anything about Juan, alright? Look, Mr. Right. I can keep saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on. I was in the middle of a nap. Don't lie to me. Hey? I know you paid... So I don't actually have what I need yet here. This is gonna be when I get the camera back, but okay. Okay. So I don't know where I need to go to deal with that, but... You gotta move. Criminal Affairs Department. Okay, who is this? Oh, Mr. Wright, please, you have to help me. Mr. Powers? What happened? Why are you here? You see, I got roped into this somehow. What? And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial. Oh, good. So Will Powers is their, ace witness. And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial. So, the decisive witness is Mr. Power. Bullshit! He was with me the whole time, Your Honor. You can't believe anything he says about the murder. I was talking with a detective until a little while ago, and I was on my way home. When all of a sudden, you there, you're under arrest, and I was brought back here. Oh. They said my face and whole self in general looked suspicious or something. Well, I guess I can see how they... Stop insulting Will Powers' face! I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime? Alright, I think everything here should be... Oh, what do you say, buddy? Must be one of the detectives mumbling something to himself. I'm sorry, everyone. I've lied to you all. I'm not a detective. I'm really global hero Onyan Kopon. Tut. I think he's lost his grip on what's real and what isn't. I don't think he had it to begin with. Alright, Will. Let's talk. Tomorrow's testimony. So, about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about? I know you were with me the whole damn time.
I really don't know yet. But it sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me.
You saw something important. What was it?
Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone, and especially not that lawyer, he said.
Who do you think Who do you think is that lawyer the detective is talking about? I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's kilometers Lost-His-Edgeworth.
Yeah, you got it.
Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya and myself are your only two allies in this world, but it's all right. Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I? I really don't. Tell me about Scotchguard.
This is going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know. Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going.
But what is he really like?
Well, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He'd always say it's just a game to justify himself.
What? How horrible! That's unforgivable!
Oh.
Oh, she punched... Like the teeny tiny goblin punched the big bad Will Powers.
Ow. Sorry, didn't mean to offend you. But, you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me.
One person who wouldn't swoon over him?
His manager, you know, Miss Adrian Andrews.
Why is Mr. Powers suddenly looking kind of energetic? Tell me about some gossip. Gossip is always fun.
You see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their world have this dazzling sort of image, right?
A dazzling sort of image, but aren't you a part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers?
No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see. But it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of the other stars around me as things happen.
Well, that's true.
Oh, hey. So, did you hear about this yet? About Ms. Andrews' mentor and her suicide?
Yes, we have. You mean Ms. Impax? We heard something about her, about how her wedding was canceled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead.
Mr. Powers is so charged up, his skin is practically glowing with electricity. Okay. This could be the break I need.
Hey, so have you heard this?
Celeste left a suicide note. So I heard.
And they say Juan went and hid it.
We heard about that in court today. But there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note.
Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note.
No shit, Sherlock.
Something bad for Juan, that is.
Something bad for Mr. Tequila? Why do you figure so?
Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends, and she said, "It looks like I got caught up with a truly insidious man."
Interesting. A truly insidious man? Did she mean Mr. Tequila by that?
Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide the suicide note.
That would make sense, but... I see. Well, that's some good info, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Scotchgard, Ms. Andrews, they're both at the detention center right now. Yes, but... Oh god, my phone's going off. Mr. Nick, your phone!
Hey, that's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it?
I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. It sounds kind of ominous.
Yeah, I know.
Hello? We're in trouble now, pal. I'll be back at the office really soon. What's wrong? Something really unexpected just happened. Mr. Lost-His-Edgeworth, Lost-His-Edgeworth? Anyway, hurry up and get back to the office, pal. I don't know what's going on anymore. It's no good. The end, Okay. Hello? He got cut off. What's going on, Mr. Nick? Gumshoe said we need to get back to the office right away. Then we should hurry back. I'm scared to go back. What are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Pull yourself together.
Maybe it'll be good news.
Somehow I doubt that based on what Gumshoe was saying. Hurry back to the office, you say. Not before I present everything. It's probably all reused, but... Nope. I gotta do it anyway. You'll have something to say about that?
That kidnapper, has he said anything since then?
Well, he tried, but there was a lot of interference.
I see.
That radio interference. Who would have thought it was caused by a spy camera? Just generic text.
Hey, that article, is that from Gossipland?
Yeah, I guess so.
You too? I absolutely love this magazine.
You too?
Oh, they wrote a little something about me once. Steel Samurai's Midnight Dine and Dash.
Dine and Dash?
I bought 10 copies of that issue, you know.
Do you think we could somehow get back to this article? Generic.
The Pajama Ninja made me want a bright red guitar, you know. I wanted to be cool like him, so I went out and bought one.
Oh, that's nice.
But you don't understand. I can't get a single sound to come out.
That's difficult. Oh. I was gonna say, it's kind of difficult to get no sound out of a guitar, because even me, the big, stupid, and clumsy idiot that I am, I could make a guitar make sounds. It's just, it really wouldn't sound good, but okay, this makes sense.
Because I sort of tripped on it and crushed it the day after I bought it. I can't believe Ms. Andrews tried to frame Matt. Those two have such a strange relationship with each other, don't they?
It's like Mr. Powers is just as in the dark about things as I am. I guess I don't have a choice other than to go talk to the... Well, I've done that already. And fat lot of good it did me. Okay, so this is the same thing. This is probably the same thing. We've got this. And if I try to present this, either he'll know nothing about it, or Pearls will stop me. Okay, knows nothing about it. This is the same thing about not believing it. This is probably the same thing. What do you know about the picture card? Okay, nothing. Profiles.
I'm sure he won't hurt her and he'll let her go soon.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright, I believe in you. You will save her.
Thanks. Okay, the little Maya's little sister. So this is reused text, and nobody has explained it to him yet. Don't know anything special about your arresting detective, sure. Okay, to be fair, I know why you don't know Franziska. Do you know your prosecuting attorney? Okay, he was the one who prosecuted you last time. Tell me about yourself.
Hey, is my face really all that scary? Kids won't come anywhere near me. When I cover my face, they're all shocked because they figure out who I am.
I think your face makes you look like a very kind person. Aw, Mr. Powers is getting teary-eyed. You should know Lotta Hart, although, to be fair, you were in separate cases last time. Tequila.
He debuted around the same time as Matt and Everything You Know.
Really?
It started out small. First it was singing contests, then swimming competitions, then it was bowling tournaments, then it was who could throw the best New Year's parties. Juan was always trying to one-up Matt.
Watched The Thing? The Thing was hilarious. Do you mean what I told you to watch earlier today?
But lately, those two were escalating to more and more dangerous things. I thought that no good would come of it at all, so I began to worry.
Too bad one story ended. So that's also reused. Well, I'm glad you found it hilarious, Snowy.
Matt's younger than me, but you can practically see his star potential.
This is reused also.
Oldbag. I never would have thought I'd see her here of all places. Last time we saw each other was during that really bad incident. You know. I mean, when I look back now, I think of all the good things, so it's not so bad, I guess.
Uh-huh. Adrian Andrews. This is reused too. We've seen this, unless that gives me more to talk about. Celeste Impacts was with Global Studios for a while. Some things happened, ended up moving to Worldwide Studios. That's true. Some things, as in...
Well, there's no one left around who knows the details, you know. Especially not since you guys ousted D. Vasquez. Only rumors are left now.
I mean, I'm sure I did, Snowy. I'm sure I like, everybody probably had a very similar reaction. Alright, so do I have a new talking point? No, I do not. Well, I guess I should move to the detention center. No, I need to move to Right and Co offices. I'm not going to drag things out tonight. Just because. What took you so long, pal? Mr. Lost-His-Edgeworth couldn't stick around forever and had to go. Oh, that jackass was here. I guess I shouldn't have been presenting all that stuff to Will Powers. Well, what happened? We got him. We know who bought that spy camera. Eh? This quickly? And this bear's what gave him away, pal. Yes, that is what Lost-His-Edgeworth said last time. The bear. I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the... No, Lost-His-Edgeworth figured that out, but sure, take credit. But wasn't it Mr. Lost-His-Edgeworth that... Shh, pearls. And, go on. There's only one person who bought one of those bears who's related to this crime. Who is it? Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in their room? It was Matt Scotchgod. Yup, I saw that coming. Huh? Matt Scotchgod, your client, that's who, pal. And here I thought things couldn't get any worse. Now I get to examine everything else because... Gumshoe is here. But all of this is probably reused. All of this is probably reused. Yeah, stop competing with the 8-year-old. She cleaned it, and he can get it even cleaner. That's for the toilet. Yeah, he uses toilet cleaner on the desk. Good job, Gumshoe. Alright, so I have that evidence now? No, I don't. I actually have to talk to him first. Very good, sir. Tell me about the stuffed bear. A goblin.
A goblin!
Hello, little goblin. How are you?
Alright.
Good. I'm glad you're here. I missed you.
Uh-huh. I was busy.
I know you were. I have just gotten to the part where it's been revealed by Gumshoe that one Matt Scotchgard has purchased a stuffed bear.
Okay. He did do that, yes. I need to pull up the script.
Yes, we're at that talking point where I'm asking him about the stuffed bear. So the exact line on the screen right now is, "Are you sure you heard right? The person who bought this bear was."
Well, that's not the right page of the script I'm on, I don't think.
Possibly
No,
not.
certainly not.
Also, Scotchgard has 5 locks I have to break, and somehow I don't think they're going to be easy as Oldbags.
Okay,
Also, Snowy, just so you know, Dawning, Snowy has been replaying Breath of the Wild and came across the flower lady today. You remember her, right?
Yeah, I remember her. No, that's not it.
While
you're
figuring it out, I'm actually going to take a quick break. I won't put up my BRB so that you can continue to see what the line is on the screen, but I will BRB.
Yes, I know all this. Yup. Where are we? We're at the Right and Co. law offices. Right and Co. Talk. That ain't it. Okay, there it is.
I'm back. Did you find where we are, little goblin?
I did indeed.
Very good. Sorry, I had to go get my inhaler. Are you sure you
Understandable.
heard... Yeah. Are you sure you heard right that the person who bought this bear was... I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for $3,800, pal. That's an exact match to the price of that stuffed bear. A receipt? That's all you have? Nah, it's not just the receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me, I'm sure I sold that bear to Mr. Scotchgard. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. Scotchgard's autograph out of it, pal. So, I'm sure the person who bought that stuffed bear was Mr. Scotchgard himself. My sight is failing me. This can't be. Okay, credit card receipt added to the court record. Receipt for $3,800. Proof Scotchgard bought a stuffed bear identical to one in evidence. Spy camera. So what about the spy camera we found? Ah, that was a dead end, pal. I mean, yous can get this kind of thing from anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give these back to yous for yous to file away in evidence. Spy camera, transmitter, and stuffed bear refiled into the court records. So spy camera set to record the victim's room from 8 p.m. to 1 hour, for 1 hour, was running at the time of the murder. I know you don't want to give up, pal. I never thought. I didn't think it was possible. Person who put the spy camera in Juan Tequila... Well, that's because you're slow, Phoenix.
He really is.
He really, really is. The person who put the spy camera in Juan Tequila's room was Matt Scotchgard.
Why would Mr. Scotchgard do something like this?
I bet it was to catch Ms. Andrews and Mr. Tequila in one of their rendezvous. I bet is not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera. You's going to see him. Mr. Scotchgard, I mean. Yes, for like the 5th time today.
I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we'll find out next.
I'm scared myself, but I have to put on a good face for pearls. Matt Scotchgard, what in the world have you done? Alright, anything I can present to him? Probably the,
Radio transceiver. The stuff he gave you back, that's all one dialogue, and Adrian's profile.
Oh, there we go, hang on. Radio transceiver. Have yous heard anything from the kidnapper? Nope, not a word since we were cut off by the radio interference. Well, we know that his goal is to get an acquittal from Matt Scotchgard. So, I don't think he'll hurt Maya, because that's not gonna help him at all. Come on, we can't lose hope, pal.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see all the stuff he gave back to me. Transmitter. That's Scotchgard. What was he thinking? You mean setting the spy camera up in the victim's room? Yeah, and it was recording at the time of the murder, too, pal. Don't you find that just a tad suspicious? It doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. It really doesn't. I mean, don't mind me. I didn't mean it that way, pal. Then what way did you mean it? No, I suspect... Well, first of all, I've long since figured out Scotchgard was the one who hired D. Killer, in which case, again, my suggestion from last week was, alright, the card proves D. Killer was the murderer. Therefore, Scotchgard is innocent of the murder. Get innocent verdict now. Then get evidence that shows, and this is the evidence that shows that Scotchgard was in fact the one who hired D. Killer, then he would end up... So once Little Goblin Maya is free, then we get Matt convicted for a different crime of conspiracy to commit a murder, which is a completely different crime, and there is no concern about double jeopardy. I don't know why Lost-His-Edgeworth rejected this proposal. It was a damn good proposal. But alright, profiles, we'll talk about Ms. Andrews. My impression of her has totally changed, pal. I wonder what she's doing right now. Well, she's in jail, we know this. I'm sure she's still being questioned. Well, yes, by me, earlier. And she's got a psych lock. She sure got herself into quite a big mess trying to frame Mr. Scotchgard. She'll probably be spending the night at the detention center. Yeah, that's right. She's still at the... Yes, we know she is. Tell me about Mr. John Doe. I can't think of anything to say about this, pal. By the way, did you know Scotchgard didn't seem to realize he had a butler? That's very suspicious. No, I figured out instantly who the butler, or who the quote-unquote butler is, and he is in fact a dead man.
Not quite yet, he's not.
Soon. Oh yes, by the way, I did mention that we would have all of the evidence we needed against Scotchgard, because Shelly de Killer, and don't ask me how I know this, but he is very conveniently going to commit suicide shortly after this case, and in a very elaborate and detailed note, will explain how Scotchgard was the one who hired him for this. Don't ask me how I know that this is going to happen. It's not important. Back to jail we go. Hey, you're working really late, lawyer dude, you know? It's already past 10 p.m., dude. I think it's time you told me the truth. ... Relax, don't you know that ignorance is bliss? But if you really want to know, let's talk. Alright, nothing else that I can do. But I'm armed with some more evidence now. I've got a transmitter. I've got a bear. I've got a spy camera. And I've got a credit card report. So,
Where did my tab go?
Where did your what go?
The tab I had the script up and just randomly closed, and my browser opened something completely different app.
Was it the Babes in Uniform calendar?
Unfortunately not.
Oh.
So yeah, it wasn't even worth it.
Well, that sucks, but okay. Let's give this a try. Matt's secret. Now, let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Mr. Tequila had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed? I told you before, dude, I dunna know. I dunna know anything about one, alright? Look, Mr. Wright, I can keep saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay attention to Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on, I was in the middle of a nap. Don't lie to me. Huh? I know you paid close attention to Mr. Tequila, especially on that night. Okay, I'm guessing it's the spy camera proper, because that shows that it was running at the time of the murder. Someone used this camera to secretly film Mr. Tequila's room the night of the murder. Secretly film? What? and then sent the images the camera took with and then sent the images the camera took with this transmitter. Wow, but dude, where was this camera you're talking about? Well, that's the frickin' bear. The spy camera was hidden in this bear's eye. ... A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan. Well, that's one down. ... Humph. Ah, I guess Juan had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh, dude? Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan. ... You sure, dude? Who else could it be from? The person who gave this bear to Mr. Tequila was the bear itself. Does that make sense, Dawning?
Yeah, that sounds right. No one else could have done it.
They call Will Powers a teddy bear, but I'm pretty sure it was actually you, Mr. Scotchguard. Mr. Scotchguard, don't you know this bear from somewhere? Possibly Chicago. I don't think I ever met Mr. Bear before, dude. Aw, but he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend? ... What else did the bear tell you? That they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year? Don't make me laugh, man. He says that the one who put the camera in his eye was you, Mr. Scotchguard. ... If I didn't know how you work in court, I'd think I was in some serious trouble. Come on, man. This is all a joke, right? Dude, you're just pulling my leg. It's like you're not ready to give up your secret yet, as I can tell from the 4 frickin' psych locks remaining. Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first? Here's proof that it was you who put the camera inside. Well, I have proof that he's the one who bought the bear. But I don't actually have proof that he put the camera in the... I mean, I'll just present the receipt anyway, but still. I have here 1 credit card receipt, Mr. Scotchguard. It's from when you bought that stuffed bear. Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent $3,800. I go to that department store all the time, okay? This $3,800, this could be the toothbrush I bought that one time. A $3,800 toothbrush? It's ivory, and it's got elephant hair for bristles. Ew, elephant hair. Is that what rich people use nowadays? Anyway. The store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not? Dude, you should have said that earlier. So can I ask you one thing? Yes? You're my lawyer, right, dude? So if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that? Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you. Sounds more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay? No, not yet. I haven't asked why you set the camera up yet. And what your secret is. Of course, it would be strictly confidential. Yeah, doctor-patient confidentiality, right?
I don't think there's a doctor here. No, he's a fake doctor.
No, Director Hot... Well, apparently, Lost-His-Edgeworth actually thinks he's a real doctor. Which made me laugh. So,
I suspect Franziska disagrees with his assessment.
Franziska definitively knows otherwise, yes. So, what are you going to do now? I'm going to find out what I want to know, because I must. The reason you hid this camera in Mr. Tequila's room and filmed it in secret is what? Dawning, thoughts?
Uh. Hmm. Perhaps. So what do you think he was trying to film?
I mean, I feel like he was trying to film Tequila and Andrews.
Then you should present something that gives him a reason to want to film that.
Which would be the article from Gossipland, probably. So let's try that. It's probably wrong. Adrian Andrews. There is a rumor going around that Ms. Andrews and Mr. Tequila were having secret meetings. Dot, dot, dot. You, who was keeping tabs on Mr. Tequila, you were going to reveal this as a fact and turn it into a scandal. Isn't that right? Dot, dot, dot. Dude, you can be such a moron. Huh? Oh man, Mr. Lawyer, dude, that kind of scandal, that's the good stuff. It's what we in the industry call juicy. The good stuff? Juicy? Look, we can get publicity without spending a penny with that kind of stuff. I mean, if people stop paying attention to us, it'd be the end, dude. It's true. If nobody paid attention to actors or stars, it would be the end of their career. And the world would keep on rolling just like it does any other day of the week. Too bad that wasn't your intention.
I think some actors deserve attention.
Perhaps little goblins always deserve attention, though.
Yes, that's true. The little goblins who are actors deserve all the attention.
I try to give you as much attention as I can.
I know, and I appreciate it a lot.
Good. Aye, what are you talking about, dude? I wish your reason for spying was something so innocent, but it wasn't. I was the one who literally just said that you were spying on... Or you had the camera set up so that you could see Mr. Tequila and Ms. Andrews, but okay. You didn't spy on Mr. Tequila because of Ms. Andrews. Then there's only one reason I can think of for you to do such a thing. The exclamation mark. The real reason you set up that camera in Mr. Tequila's room. So I didn't get punished for that.
No, because there was special dialogue for that. Because they expected you to try that, specifically.
Well, okay. Real reason you set up that camera in Mr. Tequila's room was what?
What else might have occurred in Mr. Tequila's room that Matt Scotchgard would want a recording of?
You're right, of course. I was going to mention this earlier. It's specifically set to record at the time of the murder, so we actually wanted a video of the murder as leverage against D. Killer. So it's actually the spy camera that I have to present.
No, it's not. What else could potentially fill this role?
The autopsy report. Because it says time of death 8:15.
You're gonna get yourself penalized.
Well, what else is it supposed to be?
It's the fucking calling card.
How the hell am I supposed to make that fucking logical leap?
I think I did.
No, you did not.
No, I think I did when I played through.
I don't believe you. But okay, fine. The picture card. Oh,
what is this card, dude?
Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelly de Killer, and I'm sure you know of him, don't you?
Shelly de Killer? Nay. Nay, that does not, that name does not ring a bell, kiddo. Laddie, that's ridiculous. Why would I know some shady scumbag like him? I don't actually know the guy, but from the last name de Killer, I know he's a shady scumbag.
If you really don't know him, then why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? And why, when I mentioned the name de Killer, did you suddenly become so cooperative and let me be your lawyer in the first place? This is it. I'm finally starting to get to the truth. Can't afford to make any more mistakes now. Oh, good. Infinite penalty time, right?
I don't know.
Mr. Matt Scotchgard. I know why you know Mr. D. Killer. It's because you're a hero of justice. You're his client?
A hero of justice, yes. Matt Scotchgard.
Yeah. You're his client or you're a star. You're his client. Since you're the one who set up that camera, that means you knew. You knew exactly what was going to happen in that room.
Dot, dot, dot.
So how? How would you know something like that? It's because you were his client, that's why. You hired Shelly de Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Tequila. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is you, Matt Scotchgard.
Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. Laddie, you don't know a single thing, but here I was trying to be a good boy for you, dude.
Exclamation mark.
I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought anyway.
But Mr. Scotchgard, you really did hire...
Hold on a sec, I'm gonna consult myself, okay?
Dawning, what is happening?
He is consulting himself.
Oh, he's probably just talking to himself. You know, I do this on occasion. It's sometimes the only way to get intelligent conversation.
Dot, 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 dot.
Consult himself?
Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway.
About time for what?
I think it's time for you to meet him now, lawyer, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh, God. Oh, hi. Well, there went those last 3. And his face. I can't say...
I don't think it's ever explained what happened to his face.
I
have a guess.
I can't say I was expecting that. I also don't know where the hell he got the scotch from, but given his last name, I shouldn't be surprised.
He always has scotch.
I have a guess about what happened to his face, too.
What do you suppose happened to his face?
Regent the Tiger?
Your guess is similar, but not quite the same as mine.
Okay, what was yours?
His cat.
I don't think cats can scratch that hard.
I do, because my cat once gave my grandma a black eye, and she was having a very bad time explaining this to people at work.
But literally, to claw hard enough to give scars. Also, that looks like it's The claw marks look like they're too far apart to be a normal house cat. Anyway, because this is, quote-unquote, the real Scotch guard, should I just drop the Scottish accent?
No, he's actually Scottish.
Oh, I
It's
see.
in his name.
How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt Scotchguard. We meet again at last. For the first time, for the last time.
Alright, unlock successful. I really can't say I was expecting this. So, alright. The music has changed.
Expecting him to be the client, though.
I mean, I was expecting him to be Shelly, but I can't say I was expecting the scars on his face. I mean, I didn't react big or whatever, because first of all, I've got that sticky note stuck to my computer that says keep the volume down. And second of all,
I believe it says, "Hey, stupid, be quiet. Your wife is trying to cook."
No. It says, hey, stupid, keep the volume down. Your wonderful wife is cooking. Be considerate. And then it's got something on it that you haven't seen because Ellison told me to put something in for tomorrow night's stream.
Very wise of him. I'm sure, or whatever he suggested was very important.
Oh, I will tell you about it, or you'll find out tomorrow. Anyway, let's hear your secret, Mr. Scotchguard.
Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have.
You really? So you are Shelly de Killer's client?
You didn't really think I would dirty my own hands with this, did you?
What do you mean?
And that woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself. Trying to stick the crime on me. I did not think she had it in her. But all that I care about is that Juan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer?
That's terrible. You're lying. What a terrible...
Aye, it's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on and let us grown-ups talk about more adult things.
Why did you hide the video camera and...
Dot. A weakling soon believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrian.
He knew about Miss Andrews' secret. Ooh. This guy is in fact a master manipulator. Fascinating.
But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone. Least of all, assassins.
Yup, so he got it he got it to tape the murder as insurance against de Killer. What?
Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deed over their heads. And a superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess?
2 cents.
And...
Aye, that's...
Go ahead.
Aye, that's where the video comes in. It's got his face in the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. That's right, that video is my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright?
Ah, an insurance salesman. That's who he thought I was at the beginning, and he said he already had, didn't he? Very clever. Very, very clever.
You did something so wrong.
because I'm a grown-up and I can. Good enough of an answer for ye, wee lassie.
Not at all.
That sounds like a good enough reason for me. Tell me about your motive for murder.
Why? Why would you kill Mr. Tequila?
Because he was about to sling so much dung. You know what? He used that word. That's not me changing his words at all. Because he was about to sling so much dung onto my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they? This is all because of that press conference, isn't it?
If Mr. Tequila had been able to give it, then Mr. Scotchguard's secret would have...
We still don't know what that secret is, well. Though, well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know. I had no interest in doing it, really. But bit by bit, it crept up on me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought.
And that's how Mr. Tequila ended up dead.
Aye, let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face and people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it. That assassin too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Ah, no, I didn't. Well, Phoenix might have, but I'm no fool. Everyone all working their butts off for me. Matt Scotchguard. Oh, did that leave you speechless, wee lassie? What a shame.
You can't be this mean to an 8-year-old.
He's mean to everyone.
Yeah, but Pearl is 8.
He's not exactly the nicest guy in the tool shed.
Why is he in the tool shed? He should be in jail.
Well, somebody forgot and put him in the tool shed instead.
Someone should do something about that.
I wish I had cosmic powers, then I'd put him in jail. But if I had cosmic powers, the first thing I'd do is go rescue little goblin Maya, so... Priorities. Hey, what's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet. How do you think I was... How could you possibly think I was deceived by you this whole time? I was on to you right from the start, you jerk. When we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Tequila. And you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone. Which I immediately took, because of how very specific you were, to mean that you yourself hadn't actually wielded the weapon that killed him, which did not preclude the possibility that you hired someone to do it. Again, difference between murder and conspiracy to commit murder. So technically I can get you off with a not guilty for murder. I'll still do my job, you'll still pay me. But now I know the truth.
It is my firm belief that Matt Scotchguard is the only client in this game who pays Phoenix right.
Well, I should hope so. Hey now, I never told you any lies. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I'm saying. Never told me any lies because he didn't kill anyone. The person who did the killing was that DawningWinds killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a cot nap in my room. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. And I called it immediately. Well, good news. You did not kill Mr. Tequila. You hired an assassin to kill Mr. Tequila. But that technically, again, doesn't make you guilty of murder.
I think it does in 8th Attorney logic.
Ah, I dare you to say that in court tomorrow, Mr. Wright. Because he knows I can't and won't. No. I know exactly what to do with you. Don't worry about it. It's all in my hands. I'm a very capable attorney. Aye, but too bad you cannot. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? I am, and I do plan on getting you off for murder. And again, we have doctor-patient confidentiality. So I
What
can't
doctor?
reveal any of this to the court.
Who the hell is a doctor here? Pearl?
No, the security guard. But no, there actually is such a thing as lawyer-client confidentiality. I've just been deliberately mucking around and saying doctor, which doctor-patient confidentiality obviously is also a thing, but you could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? Oh, but you cannot, can ye? That would be the one thing ye absolutely cannot do.
Mystic Maya.
You wouldn't want to test D Killer. He's a man of his word, or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose. I'm guessing, because when I first met him, he didn't know D Killer had made those arrangements. I'm guessing they've been in touch since he's been in the Slammer. Although he really doesn't seem to think that D Killer is his boss, because when I was here about an hour ago, and I mean an hour in game, but he didn't recognize the guy who was his butler, or didn't seem to think he had a butler, so whatever. You scoundrel. So this guy is just as guilty of, well, he's not technically guilty of getting the little goblin kidnapped. D Killer came up with that on his own. But he is, in fact, the end cause, or the root cause of a little goblin getting kidnapped. Actually, no. Thinking about it, Adrian Andrews is the root cause of a little goblin getting kidnapped. Right?
I suppose, because if she hadn't tried to aim him, then the killer's card would still be there, and they would have just known it was the killer to begin with.
Correct. So it was more so really her removal of that card from the scene, less her deliberately poking the body with a knife and the bloody button on the hakama and all of that. Because it was like, I feel like if the police had seen that card, regardless of what other evidence they had there, they would have known it was a Shelly de Killer killing, and they probably wouldn't have been thrown off by the evidence onto Scotchguard. So it was really that one act that she did completely and totally not deliberately. Just by taking that card, she screwed everything up. So if I were
Well, how
you,
much do you blame her?
enough.
Enough that you'll suffer the same fate as Mr. D. Killer?
No, I don't believe that she's going to commit suicide. I think she's relatively safe from that, even though she has a history. What she did not do intentionally. Ergo, it is more forgivable. And if this is the monster she's been working with, well, I still need to figure out exactly what it is that she wanted revenge on him for, but we'll see. So if I were ye, Mr. Wright Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. Yeah, I know. I've exactly figured out how I'm going to resolve this, don't you worry.
You will not be found guilty of murder.
That's such a cliche phrase. Juan said something just like that, if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer.
Maya, what am I supposed to do? Who is this?
This is Edgeworth.
And now you finally found it. The starting line of this... So he's been here the whole fucking time. Which means Scotchguard is an idiot because he confessed all that and revealed his true self, not just to Phoenix and little goblin Pearl, but also to Lost-His-Edgeworth. Also, this does seem to prove that people can sneak up on Phoenix while he's in the detention center visitor's room, which I suppose does lend some credence to Franziska being able to get that photo of them. Okay. The starting line of this case. Lost-His-Edgeworth. I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the... Well, I still need to talk to Adrian Andrews, because I haven't gotten her... Well, I haven't gotten to her bottom yet. Well, right. What are you going to do if you plan on changing your strategy?
No, we can't do that.
I already told you what my strategy was yesterday. Well, no, not even yesterday. Earlier tonight, you goddamn moron. I told you, we know for a fact that Scotchguard isn't guilty of actually pulling the trigger or strangling the Juan in this case. Right? We know that. The card from D. Killer proves that, beyond a shadow of a doubt. So, we conclude this trial for the murder of Juan Tequila, with Shelly de Killer being the guilty party. Not that we can do anything about it, mind you, but conveniently, once little goblin Maya has been returned, Shelly de Killer will commit suicide. And he'll leave behind a very important note, detailing everything about this particular case, and then we can get Matt Scotchguard tried and found guilty of conspiracy to commit murder. Why the hell is your little pea brain incapable of processing this very reasonable suggestion?
Because he can't hear it, mainly.
Yeah, I know. This game really frustrates me sometimes, because this is a very simple and elegant solution that actually fixes all of the problems. It really does. There's no flaw in the logic. There's nothing that people face justice for the crimes they've committed, and not for a crime he technically didn't commit, and little goblin goes free. It's like Scotchguard said, everyone loves a win-win situation. There is no downside here, Lost-His-Edgeworth. We both get what we want. He's just too stupid to figure it out. Anyway, that's right. He's holding Maya hostage. ... What should I do? ... That's not something I can answer for you.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Right. Only you can decide where to go from here. No, I am literally the one who can't decide, because if I could decide, we'd be doing exactly what I just said. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. And that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office, though that doesn't explain why I left a suicide note and let you all think I was dead for a year. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as well? I mean, again, it's not prosecutor and lawyer, it's prosecutor and defense attorney. Prosecutors and defense attorneys are both lawyers. But okay.
Unfortunately, this game is a little too stupid for that.
It's probably just a translation error. It probably is. You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own. Alright, what's this jackass studying? Well, nothing new. This guy's still glued to his computer. Dawning, since we're in the precinct, is there something we should investigate or examine?
Well, when my computer opened a new tab on me, it didn't show me the Babes in Uniform calendar.
Well, okay, here it is, Dawning. Poster of a female police officer. Wait, no. That's just the latest Babes in Uniform calendar, my bad. Looks an awful lot like the one from the year before, but oh well. Present with my attorney's badge. Now's not the time to talk about evidence. I assume that's for everything.
Absolutely.
Gosh darn it. Now, Scotch Guard. I'm a defense attorney. But to fight for someone who is clearly not a killer... Fuck's sake, Phoenix. But to fight for someone who is clearly not a killer, even if he hired one... Matt Scotchgard. That man is really a pain in my ass. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? I still don't know what the fuck judicial system we're working with here, because very clearly we mentioned pleading the fifth a couple of streams ago in those exact words, which can only be referring to United States Constitution 5th Amendment, and yet this is a guilty until proven innocent system, whereas the U.S. judicial system is innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And the reasonable doubt thing comes up very often, and yet I have to prove that they're innocent beyond a shadow of a doubt. So, I don't know. Also, this is apparently a judicial system where someone can literally blackmail a person into giving up their constitutional rights and not get disbarred for it. So, I don't fucking know what the basis of this judicial system is.
Nonsense. This judicial system is based on absolute pure nonsense.
True. Proper defense. But what exactly is that? Is that where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery? Yes. Ironic that you, of all people, should say such a thing, when that's generally how you've done everything up until this point. You know, I didn't actually know he said that, but I kind of figured he would. Fuck you, asshole.
But he's right.
But I'm right. Phoenix right.
No, you're Phoenix wrong.
What if I was Phoenix Left instead?
You're the one who named the series Phoenix Wrong, not Phoenix Left.
I would, if I could go back in time, I'd probably rename it something like Phoenix Noodleman, because that ended up becoming a bigger joke throughout the series than Phoenix Wrong versus Phoenix Right. Oh well. Well, that may be true, but that's because I believed in my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart, because that's what Mia Fey told me to do. But if I were to get Scotchgard an acquittal, that is technically a proper defense, because again, he's not guilty of murder. Maya's situation. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering, and well, that's ridiculous, Phoenix.
Dun, dun, dun.
But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do, because Phoenix Wright is a moron and can't think like I do. ... Right. Would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. Huh?
Which is why this series is called Phoenix Wrong.
Probably. Probably indeed. We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I, and that's why I will get my guilty verdict no matter what, and don't care about anything else. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? I really hate this new expression of his.
That's
You are a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. I have tried. Believe me, I have tried. I have tried so many
we were
times.
there.
He was. I have tried so many times to run away and become a noodleman. And for some reason, I keep getting dragged into being a defense attorney. Dawning, what would you know about this?
Nothing. Nothing.
Hmm.
Nothing.
So if I were to say that after this case I want to retire and become a noodleman, you won't have anything to say about it?
Hmm. Depends on how long it takes for Maya to get accused of murder again.
Well, she'll just be with me in the noodle shop, so she'll never get accused of murder.
Are you sure about that?
Pretty sure.
Because she's really good at getting accused of murder
Oh, it's only happened twice. I'm sure it couldn't happen again.
so far.
I said I'm sure it couldn't happen again.
So you think?
Well, if I never play Ace Attorney 3, it sure as hell won't happen again. You can only fight. That's all you can do. Why should I bother fighting? People like you and Franziska von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. Even though this isn't wrestling. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Luckily for me, I know for a fact he's not actually guilty of murder, so I can fight for this. ... Franziska, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record. That's all. That's bullshit, buddy. She hasn't had that for a while, and yet she still keeps fighting. So, F- for you. And isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Couldn't take the fact that I'd beaten you like 20 times? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You are so petty. ... I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. What do you mean? Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my... Oh, hey, character development. Dawning, is he allowed to have character development?
Yes, he is.
No, I don't think so. I think we're skipping all of this.
No.
Yes.
No, because then you're the one being just an asshole for no reason.
And?
And that would be stooping to his level.
And?
And that would make you like him, and you don't want comparisons to him.
Are you sure?
If you hate him, you do not wish to be like him.
You saw how I worded that note to myself, right? I don't exactly have a very high opinion of myself.
Well, now's the time to improve it.
But I'm not letting him have character development.
Being an asshole about it and read the line.
Fine. I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless.
What?
I really don't believe you. I really don't believe you. Are you suggesting that that's why you left the prosecutor's office? And again, made it look like you killed yourself and didn't tell anybody? You are a freaking sociopath. But then why? Why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. Hello, Calvin.
Hey, Calvin.
Lurking is fine, and glad to have you here. I'm doing not great, but okay.
Also not great, but okay-ish. Comparatively.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you're starting to feel better. I was very worried about you. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. What if the verdict was blue instead? Actually, no, the verdict is always in black in this one. Well, I'm still going through respiratory issues, Dawning's still got a migraine, and I hope that whatever's going on with you, you make it through too, Calvin. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. Buddy, I've been powerless to change the ending of this story forever. Like, this is a predetermined
Actually, this
outcome.
one has two endings. Like, two proper endings.
No, this has got a predetermined outcome. Because...
No, this particular case has two proper endings.
That sounds impossible.
It has a full bad ending that's not just like, oh, you screwed up. Too bad. Beep, 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 beep. Mr. Nick, the transceiver.
Well, well, well. Hello, dead man. I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? Given everything that I have learned this evening, I absolutely can. ... My, what is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please. Why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Scotchguard's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right. ... Please, don't misunderstand things. He is my client. Don't toy with me. A man who hires an assassin is technically not a murderer, but commits conspiracy to commit murder. So I can hang you both. ... I believe you were asking me for a reason as to why I am doing what I am. Yes? This is what I would like to call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicions fall upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations, and it is part of an assassin's duty. An assassin's duty. Also, you realize we're talking about this... Well, actually, no. He doesn't know, but we're talking about this right in the middle of the police precinct. I find that hilarious, but I also assume literally none of the cops are going to hear a damn thing.
No, they're not.
Yeah, we were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney, and to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. Phoenix, we know what his name is. He literally told us the first time we spoke to him. Why are you so stupid? I believe I told you once before. However, you did, but my name is de Killer. Shelly de Killer. You're... Oh good, this guy is butting in, even though I was specifically told not to tell anyone else about this. Now Shelly is going to know that other people are involved. And he's going to kill little guy. Stop buttsing in at Lost-His-Edgeworth. Who do you think you are, Larry Butts? You're Shelly de Killer. Please keep in mind, you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a de-killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain... Maya! It would be my duty as an assassin to see to it that she receives a nice long... Well, little goblins do need nice long naps when they're not feeling well. Right?
Correct.
But I don't think this is the kind of nap that's beneficial for them. Uh-oh.
Now is my sound coming through?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I had to mute my mic because people have decided to burst in to give my cat some catnip.
Oh, that's fun.
She's just rolling around in the bed.
Good. That only partially came in, but that's just because of the problem we generally have with this sort of thing.
I don't want to do that again. I've already done it like 3 times.
Yeah. Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace the signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome.
Dot, dot, dot. Meow. Beep.
Uh-huh.
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
Hey, Lost-His-Edgeworth, I know where they are. I don't know what to say. Lost-His-Edgeworth, they're in your house, you jackass. I knew it the whole time. No, I'm
He
kidding.
doesn't have a cat.
You don't know that.
He has a dog.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I do. He has a dog named Pest.
Named what?
Pest.
Pest?
Pest. It's Pess.
Oh, okay. Did you hear that at the end of the transmission? It was a cat named Shoe. Huh? Oh, that. It sounded like a cat.
Cat?
It can't be. Yeah, it probably is Shoe. Like I said, Shoe was probably going to be the most reliable witness that we had. Right, Dawning?
I don't think I was there when you said that, but you are right.
Yes. It
Shoe
can't...
is a good boy. He deserves a better owner.
Well, I'm sure he'll get one. They're not going to ignore Shoe like they did Polly. Hopefully.
I think Polly actually does appear in one of the investigations games.
Well, I'm never playing those, so... It can't be that cat, can it?
What is it?
I think I know where Shelly de Killer is holding Maya hostage. Lost-His-Edgeworth, have all police units head for Scotchgard Mansion immediately. ... Exclamation mark. Alright, you hurry over as well then. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun.
Yeah.
Alright. One more thing to do before we leave. Give a final salute to the babes in uniform calendar before we go. I know little goblin would want me to. To the hotel lobby.
I do.
To the hotel lobby.
You
Well,
sure about
nothing's-
that? Oh, is this a stupid list
Yes,
of places
it
to
is.
go?
The only place that you can get to the living room from is the hotel lobby.
That's fucking annoying.
I am well aware. Alright, Scotchgard Mansion living room. Maya.
Just answer us, Mystic Maya!
Something is different, isn't it? I see that little bear by the pet door.
Meow.
We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area, of course. We probably just missed him, because the one time we actually want the police to be fast, they're not. I can't believe it. Yes, Phoenix. I said this the instant I saw him. I knew I was looking at a dead man. He and Scotchgard were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time. No, I don't think they actually did. Because Scotchgard was legitimately surprised when I mentioned the name de Killer, when I said that I was looking to be his lawyer. Alright, let's see. Examine Hagrid's flying motorcycle. It seems that Scotchgard was quite famous, even as a motorcycle racer. Generally, when a star like him tries to do something like that, they fail, but... It seems Scotchguard is no ordinary man. The cooking hearth. This is the first time I've seen such a large fireplace. I don't particularly care for large fireplaces. They remind me of my youth. That's right, he grew up in a really affluent household. I guess you're still not over that case, huh? Don't take this personally, but fuck you. I really do not wish to remember anything from that time in my life. I take that very personally. The lounge set. That Scotchguard. This is probably where he conducted business with de Killer. Yeah. Shelly de Killer values his client relations more than anything else. So I'm sure he must meet with his clients in person to talk about any transactions. The masks. It's Scotchguard's personal collection. I'd say it's a hobby of his to collect prop masks of shows related to his own. You seem to know all sorts of details about Matt Scotchguard. Almost too many details. Dawning, this is very suspicious.
I suspect it's because he is very, very into the Steel Samurai universe of shows.
No, I have a completely different theory. And I think I did mention this one earlier. There are two characters in these games that try to pretend to have my initials. Right? There's Kilometers Lost-His-Edgeworth, and there's Matt Scotchguard. I said right from the start that they are one and the same person. And I will point out, I have never seen them both in the same place at the same time.
You will.
I absolutely will not. In point of fact, I will say, first of all, it goes back to what I was saying earlier, right? Matt Scotchguard would not have made that confession if Lost-His-Edgeworth was right behind me. And then Lost-His-Edgeworth only showed up after Matt Scotchguard walked away. So, my theory's looking pretty good.
Do you suppose Phoenix might notice if his defendant was missing while he was defending him in court?
No, because nobody ever seems to remember that the defendant is in the courtroom to begin with. Seriously, it's constantly forgotten that they're there. It does also explain, by the way, how Lost-His-Edgeworth could have known the case as well as he did, despite the fact, and been as prepared as he was, despite the fact that he didn't know, literally when he woke up that morning, that he would be handling the case. I mean, am I wrong about anything that I've said?
I don't have the energy to argue with this. I just think it sounds stupid.
I know. And yes, I also know that the defendant would be in the defendant's chair during the trial, even if it's something that constantly gets ignored. He's the defendant in this case. Of course I would know about him. Uh-huh. Bullshit! I'm sorry, I had to sneeze. You believe me that that was a sneeze, right?
Yeah, there was nothing else that could have possibly sounded like that.
Good. Alright, we're checking the far door that's closer to the windows. It looks like there's another room in the back. Leave that to us. I'm sure the investigation team is already doing its job in there.
Really? Because the investigation teams in this series haven't been very consistently successful.
Yeah, no, they
at their
failed
job.
every single time. Now, again, the first thing that I noticed when I came in here was the little teddy bear by the pet door. So, let's actually investigate the door, which is probably going to be that teddy bear too.
There's a small door at the bottom of this big door, Mr. Nick.
I bet it's for the cat to use.
Oh, you mean Shoe?
Oh, so I guess it is different, so let's poke the teddy bear then.
It's a bigger arena of a bear, but there are a lot of cuts in it for some reason.
Oh, this is the one that Maya saw earlier, isn't it? Huh. A wooden bear-shaped figure is covered by it's covered in many thin cuts. Okay, figurine added to the court record. A bear? Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Tequila? Why would something like that be? Is something like this be here? Right, look down. Yeah, I saw that there's a little pet door installed there.
That's for Shoe.
Do you think that this came through that little door? Oh, this door, it's locked. Well, I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Lost-His-Edgeworth. Slam, slam, crash. Again! Oh, hey, this place looks familiar. I feel like I've seen this place before. Where have I seen this place before?
Well, Phoenix has never seen it, so you must not have either.
Oh yeah. Arg, there's no one here. From the looks of this room, I would say this is Scotchguard's private lounge. But look at this, right? An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals, and a VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. And that conclusively proves who didn't commit the murder. That's Scotchguard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found.
Yes, that is what empty means. Thank you.
Yeah.
No.
But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it. It was Shoe.
Ew.
Examine...
Don't speak ill of Shoe. He's a good boy.
I know. Examine the giant television. A huge television and speakers loom largely here. I'm sure if Maya saw this, she'd say...
I would die a Happy Samurai fan if I could see the Nickel Samurai on a TV like this.
And that's exactly what she did say when she saw it. Yeah, that's what she'd say. ... Hack! I can't believe I just made a joke about Maya. Yeah, and she said something similar after that. The antenna. It's a VCR and an antenna. The footage that the spy camera took at the scene of the crime was beamed here and recorded on tape.
If only we had that tape, it would have been really helpful.
Scotchguard's desk. Oh, Scotchguard's computer, okay. It's Scotchguard's computer. Maya, why couldn't you have used this to get help?
Probably because she didn't know the password.
Well... Or
Am I wrong?
Or she doesn't know how computers work.
Mr. Nick? power switch. ...
Oh, I get it. So that's what happened. She couldn't find the power switch. See, it wasn't the password. Hey,
It could have been the password, though. That would have been just as reasonable.
there was a photo on this table before that's not here anymore. It's a very small table. I bet we could barely squeeze 3 pearls on there.
I wouldn't sit on a table to begin with, Mr. Nick.
How about the couch? Would you sit on the couch instead? What a spacious sofa.
Well,
I bet 10 pearls would fit on here.
I don't think 10 of me would fit, Mr. Nick.
The video cassettes. I can't read all the labels. This is a very large collection of videotapes. Looks like Scotchgard taped all of his own shows. To be fair, I watch basically all of my own streams, so I get it. And finally, the door.
The little door pursuing the big door.
I'm sure Maya used this door to shove this out here. I'm sure it was her. Every time you give me some piece of evidence, it's always the most crucial piece. This time too, I'm sure. Okay, so let's examine that bear. I can't. Did she put the picture in the bear? Dawning?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Because that makes sense to me. That's
It would
examining.
make sense. If...
Yeah, that's examining everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Move. Oh, hey, I can go into the wine cellar. ... We've searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. And now we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be her pillar. ... Yeah, you're right. We're close. I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. Maya. This is new. Oh no, it is that photo. So she took the photo into the wine cellar. This looks like a picture of Ms. Inpax. With love, Celeste.
Miss Impact? You mean?
Yes, Mr. Tequila's former manager.
Why would a picture of Miss Impact be here in Mr. Scotchgard's mansion?
Because she used to work for Global Studios and then moved on to Worldwide Studios. So she used to be lovers with Scotchgard. I see, it's all coming together. And why does it say with love? This might be a clue. Yes, it absolutely is.
Add it to the court record.
Yep. What's wrong, Pearls?
Please let me see that picture frame.
Huh? What's so special about the frame?
On the back. There's something written on the back of the frame.
We already know that.
Maya! It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message.
Well, what?
I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You better get Scotchgard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much that I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Pearly, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's got to watch out for the helpless logs. That's it for now, Nick. I guess I'll talk to you guys later. You heard the goblin. That no, Mystic Maya.
Right. ... What's wrong? Why the blank stare? Did you not hear that note from Maya? Did I not read that out loud? Oh, nothing. We've searched the house, and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. Lost-His-Edgeworth. Yes? As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. ... But I'm still short one last thing. And what is that? True. I need to get to Adrian Andrews' bottom. Right?
Right.
Or would you prefer to do that instead?
Maybe you should let me do that.
She's not my type, so go ahead. If I could just find out what secret she's holding, then I think I stand a chance in court tomorrow to blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Lost-His-Edgeworth. Aw, I think I missed examining some stuff down here. Oh well.
Let's see. You only checked the photo frame, yeah.
Yeah, I could have checked because it's the first thing that came to my mind. It's like, oh, that looks important.
Uh-huh. And when it's important, it sometimes causes things to progress.
Oh well. Well, let's go, Pearls. It's time to open that last lock.
Good evening, Mr. Wright. ... What's wrong? You look ill.
Ms. Andrews, I have come to remove your psych lock.
Psychedelic clock?
Yeah, I'm insane. I want to know, and you will tell me, your secret.
Fine. Go ahead. Try and break me if you can.
I'll let Little Goblin do that instead. Because Little Goblin wants to, right?
Yes. But unfortunately, Little Goblin is not the one with the Magatama.
Alright, so I will present the Magatama. I mean, she's technically got her own.
Yeah, but hers doesn't do the thing.
Why? I don't understand
I don't know.
Phoenix is the only one that does this. Why frame it? Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Scotchgard for murder?
I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer.
No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Scotchgard. Ms. Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge.
Oh, you're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? Oh, what an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for.
Ms. Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There is something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. And that would be Celeste Impacts.
Bleh.
There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge. And that is Ms. Impacts' suicide.
What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. ... On top of that, the one who hid her suicide note was also Juan. What does all of this have to do with Matt?
You're right. You haven't mentioned him. Yet. But for you to hate Mr. Scotchguard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Ms. Inpax and her suicide.
Care to explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt?
Well, I have this convenient photo found at Scotchguard Mansion with Love Celeste is written on it. How convenient. Let's present that. It's the evidence that I literally just got. This is a photo of Ms. Inpax, correct? She looks younger
What?
than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Ms. Inpax's handwriting, isn't it?
Where did you get this? No, that's alright. It was a rhetorical question.
Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Scotchguard's mansion. ...
And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed.
Damn! I thought her glasses were going to break and not just the sight lock. I have not been able to update that broken glasses counter since the first time I set it up, but okay. Why frame him?
Here is this. This takes us back to talk, right?
Yep.
Celeste, you were supposed to get married to Juan.
Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out.
Because Mr. Carita didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes, because of Matt. Because of Mr. Ontgard? What do you
Mr.
mean?
Who?
Mr. Scotchguard? What do you mean?
I think I can see where this is going.
Celeste, she was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together.
So that's why. With love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they?
That was my line. They were a couple, weren't they?
Oh, sorry.
It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used, toyed with, until she was thrown away.
That's so horrible, but not surprising considering what I've learned about Scotchguard.
Once again, my line. That's so horrible. Pat's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful a man he is. A scandal like that would have destroyed that. So Celeste, which is why Celeste, in all of her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that's where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him. Even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match, they were even planning to get married. And then, suddenly, it was called off on the night Juan called their marriage off. Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself.
Revenge.
I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off.
He didn't want Matt's sloppy seconds.
Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste.
I see. So that's what happened.
Then why did Mr. Tequila have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all. It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most. Poor Miss Impact! That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then, when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note. But why would he do that?
That is an excellent question and exactly what I was thinking, because he disliked Scotchguard, so he would have made all that information public almost immediately. The only thing I can think of is that he was waiting until it would hurt Scotchguard the most, just like Scotchguard waited until this would hurt him the most. But petty bitches are gonna be petty bitches.
It's simple. Juan realized the note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge.
Oh, hello, Chief Miles Edgeworth.
Chief Miles Edgeworth.
Around here, I call him Kilometers Lost-His-Edgeworth. It's nothing against you, it's just that I don't like people who have the same initials as me, and I'm Maniacal Engineer, so... I just switch his first name to Metric, and his last name to Lost-His-Edgeworth, because really seems like he has. Oh. Dawning, I have to go meet Chief Miles Edgeworth in his office. This sounds bad.
No, it's fine. I mean, what's the worst that happened last time you were there?
I discovered blood that proved that he was a murderer? Or a murderer? No, wait. I discovered blood that proved that someone had a nosebleed in there.
Yeah. You can relate.
Yes, I absolutely can. Also, I think I ate some of his chess pieces, but I could be wrong.
No, I think you did. Emma watched you.
I thought you were referring to my cat for a moment, then I remembered that there was actually an Emma in that case.
Both Emmas watched you.
Who eats, Look, Chief, the person who eats the chess pieces is the one who's losing the game, but doesn't want to lose, so he eats the chess pieces so that he can win.
This is the only way to see that chess. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At the time, that would cause Matt the most damage, of course.
So... King Chidora, is that... That's the Cyber and Dragon, right?
It is the Cyber End Dragon, and my name is DawningWinds, but you can call me Malevolent Entity.
DawningWinds is also known as the Little Goblin, and the Little Goblin is the one... So there's a channel point reward on my channel that says Little Goblin knows best, and DawningWinds, or Malevolent Entity, is the Little well, one of two of the Little Goblins. Technically one of three, because I have a substitute goblin.
Who's that?
Lone Garurumon.
Oh, he's a substitute, yeah. I override him if we're here at the same time, I assume.
Yes, but there were times when I didn't have anyone except for LG, so... Well, a Little Goblin knows best.
It is the same abbreviation as Little Goblin, so...
Yes.
I guess it adds up.
You have gotten a Little Goblin knows best.
let's do a tsundere for Edgeworth in honor of our new follower.
Very
person.
well. I shall be tsundere for Edgeworth. Again, from the moment I saw him in case 1-2, I always knew he was someone very impressive and imposing, and he really, really got absolutely fantastic character development this arc. I see where he's coming from. I empathize with him. I wish that I could be as great as him, and I wish that, he would notice just a little old nobody like me. And, I wish that I had the courage to tell him how I really feel, because I am impressed with him, and I wish that I could beat him at chess without eating his pieces, but he's just so far intellectually superior to me that I have to resort to eating his pieces just to even get remotely close to beating him. And even then, I'm pretty sure he still beats me. He's just confused as to how I got so close as to winning, and also to where all of his chess pieces end up. But again, it's true that in spite of all the crap that I give him, I really truly do love Miles Edgeworth, and not only is he worthy of having the ME initials, he is probably the better me. Even if I was technically me before he even existed. But he does his job. He took the year off. Like, he started to realize that winning isn't everything, and he shook off the influence from Manfred von Karma. He was conditioned by a madman. For how many years? For 15 years. He was conditioned by a madman to believe that there was nothing more important than winning and a perfect win record. And yet, he was able to shake off that conditioning and become not only his own man, but also to become a better prosecutor and a better person as a result. Like, he's been kicking my ass this case. I'm pretty sure he's been like 15 steps ahead of me this whole time. And I'm not surprised. Like, he came back and he's been bigger, better, and just really on top of his game. And it's impressive, and all I can do when I'm in the courtroom with him is just stare in awe over at the prosecutor's bench and hope that I get to make a feeble point to counter even remotely one of his solid arguments. That stupid Baka. He's so stupid and so frustrating and so horrible, and yet there's something about him that's just completely and totally irresistible, and I just can't stop looking into his beautiful eyes when he's making his arguments in the courtroom, and hoping that one day he notices me over there on the defense bench, and, well, that's how it goes. Now I believe we should get back to the story, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Oh, did I say the line?
You did.
Alright, then it's your turn.
Yeah, and that was at the press conference after the stage show.
I know all about it. I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out about all this that I grew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even blessed death was something for them to use in their game. That night, when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on each other after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I had even brought a lighter, but I couldn't find the suicide note. And that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring to them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters, so when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. That's it. And that's all I have to say. ... Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? ...
I am a lawyer.
I see. What a foul profession.
No, being a chicken is a foul profession.
Chickens don't normally have profession.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. My mom grew up on a farm. I've heard all about chickens.
Well, their profession on the farm was to lay eggs, wasn't it?
No, they were evil.
Evil?
Yes.
Explain.
She has many times told me the story of how her chickens attacked her when she went to get their eggs. So clearly, if that was their profession, they wouldn't have done such a thing.
They still
Because
laid the eggs, did they not?
if that was their job, then they would have allowed the eggs to be gathered.
No, their
They
job
were
was to
just
lay
doing
the
that
eggs.
because they were chickens, and that is a natural function of being a chicken.
So wait, you're saying my job isn't to breathe?
No, your job is to be an engineer.
What? I
Ah,
thought...
fuck.
What?
What job did you... Well, that was in response to saying what upon being told your job is up as an engineer.
Yes, I know. I thought my job was to breathe.
That's not a job.
Sometimes it feels like it.
Yeah, I know. But it's not.
I thought the whole engineer thing was what I did in my spare time.
No, streaming is what you do in your spare time.
Oh, right. I should probably get back to that, shouldn't I?
Got like half an hour left if you want to go into the day 2 trial. Oh, wait, no, there's a little more of this investigation.
Thank you
Good
very much
Lord.
Yeah, no, this is long, and whenever this part of the investigation ends, I'm probably going to end things off for tonight. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where did go?
Away.
Oh, I'm on the wrong section. That
That's not
explains a lot.
helpful.
Oh, it might not be that much more. It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. No, there's nothing left of this investigation.
It's kind of what I figured. I can't sleep either, not with Maya's situation or with what I know now.
Pleasant.
To be continued. So, should I end things off here?
You just said you would. Are you trying to make a liar out of yourself?
Maybe? I probably should end things off here. It's a nice stopping point. When I started the trial, or when I ended off in the middle of the trial last time, I just got very confused as to what I was doing.
Yeah,
Also,
then we should stop here.
yeah, we probably should stop here. Also, given the fact that my wife is in fact cooking upstairs and I need to be quiet, the less time I'm streaming, the less likely she'll come down and yell at me for being too loud, which she actually did once tonight, but it wasn't too. It was when I was doing my Will Powers voice, and actually, speaking of that, that's another reason to not do the trial tonight because I know he's going to be a witness. So that's just a louder voice, and I don't want to do that too much. Also, that kind of messed with my throat a bit, but we'll deal with that later. So,
Yeah.
all right, I guess we're gonna wrap things up. If you only caught part of the VOD, or part of the stream and you want to see this or any of my other content, you can check out my YouTube channel over there. I will be uploading this stream to my YouTube channel this evening. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can check me out on my Twitch channel over there. Normally, I go live on Monday evenings and Wednesday evenings, starting at 7:30 p.m. United States Central Time. The next couple of weeks, as one can expect, my schedule is going to be a little bit different. So this week, instead of my normal Tears of the Kingdom stream being Wednesday night, it's actually going to be tomorrow night, Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. United States Central Time. And again, this is to keep myself out of the way while my wife is cooking for her father, who's coming over Wednesday evening, which is why I'm not streaming Wednesday evening, because I'm Jewish. I don't celebrate Christmas, but it just so happens that's when everyone gets off. So it's when my wife's parents tend to come to visit us.
That does make some sense, yes.
It's also the first night of Hanukkah, just by sheer coincidence this year. Anyway, so that's
Oh, is it? Then you might get your Hanukkah present on Christmas.
uh. Did you get me a present, little goblin?
No, but me Dory did.
Oh, I'm supposed to get those tomorrow, actually.
Oh.
That's.
Well, me Dory has told me my guess as to what it is in fact correct.
Oh dear. Well, don't tell me what you guessed.
Yeah, that's why I didn't tell you on Saturday.
Uh-huh. Anyway.
Because I thought it would be correct.
You can also find myself and DawningWinds over on the Bulba Garden Twitch channel over there. So this is my channel for non-Pokemon content. The Bulba Garden channel is where you can find my Pokemon content. So right now I'm streaming a water type only run of Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Again, normally you can find me there Sundays at 8:30 a.m. United States Central Time. I will also be having a stream this week, Wednesday morning at 8:30 a.m. U.S. Central Time. I don't expect a ton of people to be there, but I'm off from work. I'm staying out of my wife's way and staying out of trouble, and that's probably the best way for me to do it. So
You're not capable of staying out of trouble, but I commend your effort to try.
I mean, there's a difference between getting in trouble in a video game versus getting in trouble because I keep getting in my wife's way.
That is true. You will not be staying out of trouble, but you will be staying out of the type of trouble that inconveniences his wife.
Which is the way that I will survive to the next year. Anyway, Dawning also streams on the Bulba Garden channel. She usually goes live at about 8 p.m. United States Central Time on Saturday evenings with Pokemon art stream, because Dawning is very good at art.
This is true. I drew both of our avatars. Oh, not
no,
his
you
reactive
didn't.
avatar, but his Discord one.
Yeah, the reactive avatar that I have was drawn by Kasumi, but such is life.
He is also a very talented artist.
She is, yes. Anyway.
Though she does not currently stream art on the Bulba Garden channel.
No, but probably at some point she will
has
be
in the
streaming
past.
something on the Bulba Garden channel. There are other streamers aside from DawningWinds and myself there, including Archaic, including Kasumi, including Dapper Cody and Abby Does Pixels, and also including the Caps fan, whom you can also find on his channel over there. So, I believe that's going to do it for me for this evening. It was good to have you around, even if it was for only part of the stream tonight, little goblin. But, as always, I am Maniacal Engineer, and I'm never going to give you up, never going to let you down. Thank you all for watching, and God bless this mess.
Good night.